Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And like you, I love rewatching movies over and over again.
You found us here. You love romantic comedies. That's great, because we do as well.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you, maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
RCR fam, for the first time ever, we have the Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft. Which I'll explain in a moment. But if you're listening on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, please throw us a follow. Please, if you could, leave a review, because that helps more people find us. And if you hear anything on any of our podcasts, even if you want to go back in time and, complain about something that happened 2 seasons ago, that's totally fine. You can get at us on Instagram at Romcom Rewind. Sarah will respond to 100% of our messages. And we got a message from Abigail who said, Hey both, I'm from Wales, and I absolutely love your podcast. From Wales! Thank you so much for listening. She said, I'm a rom-com enthusiast, and no one in my life loves films of this genre as much as me, so when I found your podcast, I felt like I finally have a group of friends that understand me. That's what the RCR fam's about, right?
That's what we're all about.
Like, we want this to feel like a family, like you're a part of it as much as we are, so... That makes me so happy. She said, it's just so much fun hearing your thoughts on the films. I also have so much to say after I listen to an episode, but have no one to say it to. You can say it to us. Just message us. If you created a listener forum or discussion board, that'd be cool. Hey!
Right?
She might be onto something.
I know.
I don't know how those work or how we do them, but I'm going to do a little bit of research, Abigail, because that's not a bad idea. I love that.
It's a great idea.
In the interim, though, you can always message us on Instagram with any of your thoughts, suggestions. For example, she's looking for The Breakup, Fault in Our Stars, which we have to do, The Princess Diaries. Oh, It's Complicated. Those are some good suggestions.
Very good, yeah.
So this is the Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft. Since we started this podcast in the pandemic, this has kind of been something that we've actually wanted to do for you for a couple years. And now finally film studios, production schedules, they're kind of catching up to, dare I say it, pre-pandemic levels, albeit with more of a focus on streaming services. But this has now opened the door for us to do this. So the idea is, you know how like bro dudes love their fantasy football and their fantasy hockey and their fantasy baseball? I make fun, but
You also take part.
I got like
in several
3 fantasy football leagues going on. Any sport you can find a fantasy league on. But we thought, what they do is they pick players, and those players are on their team. And how those players perform in games dictates how well you do in your fantasy league. So what if we took this exact same concept and made it about romantic comedies? So Sarah and I are each going to draft 5 upcoming romantic comedies that should be released in the year of 2023. We will have these romantic comedies on our quote-unquote rom-com fantasy teams, and when those films, and as they are released, get reviewed, we will take the Rotten Tomatoes critic score and the audience score, add those together, and that is the overall score of said film. And that goes to your team score. So whoever has the higher scoring team of romantic comedies, at the end of the year, they win. And the reason we like this a lot, one, it's just fun to bicker and compete with each other.
It is.
Right? And 2, we thought this could help you in regards to, what is coming out this year?
And what's good?
What's good? What should I know about? What are the films that I, as part of the RCR fam, should kind of have in my mind as a list of things that ooh, there's that coming out. I should be aware of that. And we also have a loose roadmap for this podcast of new things to be aware of and have on the agenda. And selfishly, if there's a movie I have on my team that does really well, I'm going to want us to do an episode of it on the podcast just so I can gloat and so we can talk about it.
Of course.
Right? If it's something really cool. There are a few little rules and wrinkles. The first is that you get 2 waiver opportunities, Sarah.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
So, the fact of the matter is not everything that we hear will be released in the year 2023.
Right.
In fact, there's something big on my list that there's rumors it could be released in 2023.
Oh.
But there's a chance it doesn't.
Right.
So you do have 2 opportunities to say, you know what, if there's a movie I think is getting pushed back, or if there's a movie I think might perform poorly, I can trade it off for something else. Maybe something randomly gets released that we have no idea about. As long as reviews haven't started coming in, so we're going to say like 3 weeks out from the movie release, you can trade something on your team that hasn't come out yet with something that's just available.
Okay.
That's just out there in the world. There's a big one on my board that I'm going to hope falls. I think it might be released this year, but I don't know for sure. But I don't want to dedicate a good pick to it. It's not a top 3 pick just because it's risky.
Risky.
And the stakes, Sarah, you alluded to it. Whoever wins the Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft wins an entire month of movie picks on the podcast.
Oh, that's good.
Full transparency, largely how we chose movies to do for this podcast is based on your suggestions.
Yes.
You know, if you are reaching out, if a lot of the RCR fam wants to hear blank, we do an episode on that. But we also try to mix it up. If we've done a lot of 2010s, we're like, okay, you know, let's do a 90s drama, or let's do a brand new, more of a comedy thing. We try to space them out a little bit, but the winner will get an entire month of just
the Sarah month.
We're the Sarah month or the Devon month,
where I'm going to win.
We're going to do a second episode on 500 Days of Summer.
Oh my God!
So let's commence the first ever Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft.
Okay.
We had a computer just flip a coin, and Sarah gets the first pick in the draft. So what's on your draft board? What are you looking for?
All right. So Sarah, my first pick for the 2023 Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft is Barbie.
Oh. That was my number 1 movie as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, for sure, Sarah.
It stars Margot Robbie and Ryan Reynolds. And it's Greta Gerwig, who actually did Little Women. It is about the most famous doll ever, Barbie. She is banished from Barbie Land and introduced into our world.
And I think, like, I had this one further down on my draft board until the trailer came out.
Since the beginning of time, since the first little girl ever existed, there have been dolls. But the dolls were always and forever baby dolls. Until...
That trailer looks fantastic.
It looks so good with the little girls and the dolls and throwing them. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Oh my God, Simu Liu's in there as well. It looks like they're just taking a lot of fun with this film, which is probably going to score it a lot higher.
Yeah, I love it.
And that comes out in July, so that's pretty safe. It's probably not going to get pushed back at all. All right, that's a good pick to start. You know what? Normally I like to talk shit during these, but like that should have been the number 1 pick off the board, and you took it.
I did.
So in that case, this one's tough because it's not necessarily a film that I would like to watch, but it's a film I think will grab like the zeitgeist of the moment. Everybody's going to want to talk about Magic Mike's Last Dance, Sarah.
You know what? I watched the trailer for it. I don't know. It's not on my list.
Selma Hayek in Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
It's his last dance, Sarah.
I know. It's his last dance. You know what? The song comes into my head. Last Dance.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Pony Genuine.
But it's like Last Chance for romance, but Last Dance. No.
I think that's a pretty good pony. I just think like there's no way this movie gets scored low. So it's a little bit of a safe bet. Yeah, I think.
Wow.
I do.
You know what?
I should have done some background research on the other 2 Magic Mikes.
I was going to say.
I have no idea if they do well, but.
Okay. So top pick.
I think they do.
Magic Mike.
And that comes out February 10th. So I won't need to wait long to find out if it did well or not.
I just wanted to escape my life. Do you like bartending?
It's not really what I do.
What is it that you really do?
What do you got next?
Okay, so my second pick is going to be Maybe I Do.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one.
This stars Emma Roberts, Diane Keaton, Luke Bracey, and Richard Gere.
The return of Emma Roberts and Luke Bracey because they were in Holiday together too, right?
Yeah, so it's actually a really, really interesting take. So Michelle Roberts and Alan Bracey have reached the point in their relationship where they're considering next steps, and they decide to invite their parents to finally meet and to, meet each other and to offer some understanding of why marriage works. Turns out the parents already know each other quite well, which leads to some differing opinions about the value of marriage. It is a very fun. I liked the trailer quite a lot.
Dad?
He's outside?
Sorry, I'm a little late.
Hey,
You can't kill me now. I got company.
guess what? I'm the company. That's my son, Alan, who's with your wife holding your daughter.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really excited to watch this one.
That was my 5th movie.
Okay.
I got, oh man, this is tough. Shoot. Okay. I'm in between two. I'm going to go with Your Place or Mine.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm really pumped for this one.
That is Reese Witherspoon, Jesse Williams. There's been a little bit of buzz about it so far. It's Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher's actually in this as well.
Yes, he is.
Excited to tell people about our new romantic comedy?
Oh, yeah, the one called Your Place or Mine.
That's the one.
Random question for you. If you could have done a romantic comedy with anyone in cinema history, who would it be?
Cary Grant.
All right, okay.
And they're like best friends, but total opposites. She craves routine with her son in LA. He thrives on change in New York. And when they swap houses and lives for a week, they discover what they think they want might not be what they really need. It feels a little bit like The Holiday.
I was just about to say, I feel like this is like The Holiday, but not at Christmas.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz going to like New York to LA seems like the thing. There's been a little bit of buzz about it. But I think like Reese Witherspoon, Ashton Kutcher, and Jesse Williams.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with those three.
No.
I don't know who there's got to be a 4th person in here somewhere. I don't know who that person is, but like it's got to be good. And Your Place or Mine is going to drop February 10th. That's going to be on Netflix too.
Okay, my 3rd pick is going to be Irish Wish with Lindsay Lohan.
Okay.
And it's about, she's playing the lead role of Maddie, the jaded bridesmaid who wants to find true love. It's going to be a Netflix rom-com, and it's going to be released sometime in 2023. They don't have a date quite yet.
Are you nervous that they don't have a date yet?
No, I'm not, because they started filming in September.
That would make me nervous, I'm just saying.
No, I am not at all nervous. I'm very stoked that Lindsay Lohan has made a comeback.
Yeah. Does it feel a little like classic Netflix, like a little bit of a Pop-Tart movie kind of vibe?
You know what? I've just seen like stills from like on set, and it's in Ireland. Ooh. So I'm really excited for it.
They're flying Lindsay all the way out to Ireland.
I think it's gonna be cute.
They got to be swinging hard on that one. Okay, this one I was gonna pick it earlier. I'm not totally confident, but we did see our first trailer for it, which shows a little bit of promise. You People is my 3rd pick on the Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft. It's Eddie Murphy. It's Jonah Hill. It's very like Meet the Parents vibes.
Mm-hmm. It is. It actually looks it looks like it's going to be good, and it's R-rated, so it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
It is so nice to meet you guys. What's going on? Tell me about life. How are you? How's work?
So you want to marry my daughter?
Yes, I do.
So do you hang out in the hood all the time, or do you just come up here for our food and women?
It's a valid question.
And it sounds like there's a lot of like culture clash kind of vibes in there. Like they're really playing into that hard. The comedy should be really funny. And yeah, it should be great. And it's going to be out in January. That's coming out soon.
Okay, my 4th pick is going to be Shotgun Wedding.
Oh, that's a good one, Sarah.
With Jennifer Lopez, Josh Duhamel. I can never say his last name right because I used to think it was Duhamel, and then he like came out and was like, it's Duhamel. Anyway, okay, so it has Jennifer Lopez, Josh Duhamel, Jennifer Coolidge is in this one, and Lenny Kravitz is in this one too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge is so hot right now.
Yeah. It's going to be good. So Darcy, who's J-Lo, and Tom, who's Josh, gather their lovable but very opinionated families for their ultimate destination wedding, just as they're starting to get cold feet. And it wasn't enough of a threat to the celebration. Everyone's lives are in danger, and the entire party is taken hostage.
I just want to ask, is that genetics or is it like Pilates?
You invited your ex? Looks like he's leading a porn safari.
Oops, he forgot to button his shirt all the way up.
Is it time for dinner?
I like it. It wasn't. That's. I mean, it's the return of J-Lo, right? So.
And that one comes out January 27th.
Yeah, that's soon. That's very soon. Okay, my next pick is going to be a movie called Ghosted. Yeah, this one, Sarah mouthed it along with me as I was saying
I just figured it was going to be your fourth.
That's my fourth pick. It's going to be on Apple TV Plus, which honestly, like, I never watch, but they consistently have well-reviewed movies, well-critiqued movies. They do well in terms of their film at awards shows. And this one stars Chris Evans, who's finally not Captain America anymore, so I think he's happy to kind of do something else.
Right.
I always mess up her name. Ana de Armas.
I think
she was just Marilyn Monroe. She's really kind of an up-and-coming actress. Adrian Brody is going to be in it as well as Scarlett Johansson. Now, we don't know too much about it, but we do know it's coming out in January. And it has this feel like it's going to be a big deal when it drops.
I couldn't find the trailer anywhere.
And like I say it's going to be out in January, but as I'm looking it up, it doesn't say that. It says 2023
but
though.
maybe that's why it's called Ghosted. They're not going to give any information about the movie, and then all of a sudden it's going to be there, and then maybe it'll vanish. I'm just kidding.
I'm even that. Yeah, wow. I'm actually getting a little bit stressed about that pick now that I've already made it. I already have buyer's remorse over Ghosted. So your fifth and final pick, Sarah.
My fifth and final pick, and this one doesn't have a release date yet. It's TBD to 2023.
Shut up.
What?
Stop it.
It's Red, White, and Royal Blue. Oh, was this going to be yours?
Are you kidding?
Okay, so
that is the ultimate fifth round. Like, just throw away. It doesn't matter. Like, we don't even know if it's actually going to come out in 2023.
Correct.
Production has even been pushed back once already. So, like, that's a very safe, like, this might not happen and you can just switch it for something else.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen.
Right. I mean, there's talk of a lot of movies coming out. This one is based on a book, and it was huge all over TikTok, especially during the pandemic. So it stars Nicholas Galitzine and Taylor Zachar Perez.
Sorry, this isn't the Legally Blonde movie?
No.
Wait, what?
No.
Red, White, and Royal Blue. I thought that was
a
like
book. No.
I was confused. I got upset with you.
Yes. Well, you got intense. Yep.
I thought you were doing the Legally Blonde thing.
No.
Because like you're explaining the movie and I'm like, well, getting Reese Witherspoon too. That's not the new Legally Blonde movie.
No, they haven't even announced the title for
right. Because I was confused.
It might be LB3. You know,
this one is Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Correct.
Because Legally Blonde 2 is Red, White, and Blonde.
Right.
That was my confusion.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, you know that movie already came out, right, Devin?
Yes, but I did. I thought they announced the title of the third film, and it was just that. Okay.
Loser.
Because I do Legally Blonde 3 as a pick is very exciting.
It is really exciting. To be honest, I'm surprised you didn't pick it earlier. It just doesn't have a date yet, and like I don't even know if it's in production yet. So
it is in production.
Okay, it is.
Mindy Kaling is on as a writer.
Oh, that's great.
They've pushed back some things already, so we think 2023, but
right. But you never know.
Yeah, so that was going to be my fifth round. Just
okay. Well, that's a great fifth round.
Taking
pick.
a big swing with throwing your cock around. You know,
just
yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet because there's something else. Now that you're done, I've got free reign to just talk about what I'm seeing. A Snowy Day in Oakland was one.
Right.
I don't think that's going to be good.
I couldn't find any info on it.
No.
Like any real trailer.
There's an untitled Adele Lim film with Seth Rogen that feels very like it's this teed up as this epic journey of 4 Asian American women kind of going back to their roots. That has gotten a little bit of buzz, but like we don't even. The last time I checked, there wasn't even a title for it. Love Again is exciting. It has Priyanka Chopra, Celine Dion, I think, doing a cameo, like she's just rolling in as Celine Dion.
I love that.
But you know what? I'm going to take a big swing here. I'm going to take Legally Blonde 3 without the release date.
Good for you.
I don't even care. And also just throwing out some things that people have been talking about because it's exciting. The Holiday 2 has been teased. Cameron Diaz and Jude Law.
I actually saw that wasn't a thing though after the fact.
Really?
So I'm very conflicted. Like I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, they've
I
talked about
hope
it.
it's true.
Mean Girls 2. This has only been like reports say Lindsay Lohan is down. Reports say Amanda Seyfried would do it. There's nothing actually happening with it. They're both just like saying it could happen. Same with Freaky Friday 2.
Oh God, I really want that. Like that would totally be in the realm of a Lindsay Lohan comeback. Like let's do all the Lindsay Lohan comeback
Just redo
sequels.
Well, speaking of comeback sequels, J-Lo and Ben Affleck, now that they're dating again, they've joked that they would do a Gigli.
They should
2.
not.
They should absolutely
not do
It's a
that
horrible
for the
idea,
sake of
guys.
their own relationship.
And just for the sake of like, let's not revisit this horrible thing that you guys did.
Yeah, it's definitely a joke.
Like, I'm just happy that you guys are together. Don't punish me with this bad romantic comedy
God.
sequel. Okay, so this has been the Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft of 2023. One more time, what's your team?
Okay. My team is number 1, Barbie. Number 2, Maybe I Do. Number 3, Irish Wish. Number 4, Shotgun Wedding. And my final pick is Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Not to be confused with
Legally Blonde.
Legally
Red,
Blonde
White.
3, which is my 5th pick.
Yeah.
I also have Your Place or Mine, Ghosted, You People, and Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Right. Mm-hmm.
To be honest, Sarah, you might win this just with Barbie alone.
Ooh.
I think that might end up being like a 90 score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Audience
You know what,
score
though?
90.
It's either going to get like a 90 and above score, or it's going to flop so bad it's going to be in like the 20-30 range. Like it's just there's such high hopes for this movie, and it's nostalgic. Like we all grew up with Barbie, and it's close to so many people's hearts that they got to do it a good job.
See, I disagree. I think you're pretty much locked in. I had that as my runaway number 1 because I think it's a sure thing.
That's why it's my number 1 pick, because I am hoping that it's going to be stellar. And
We should watch that in theaters.
We should.
We should have like a RCR fam watch party or something.
Oh my God, yes.
Do something.
I don't know how we would do that, but I like it.
There's got to be a way on Twitch or something we can all watch it together. I don't know. This has been the Rom-Com Rewind Fantasy Draft. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, leave some reviews. If you want to chat about each of our teams, we will throw that up on Instagram, I think, at Rom-Com Rewind. If you would like to discuss them, you can also fire us a DM.
Thanks for listening.